just dying. Cannot seem to drive the motor vehicle anymore for some reason. I'm just too anxious. I feel like I'm just like running out of things to. Why did that guy do that? I wasn't gonna do first person. Sorry, brother. I was gonna do first person, but I'm not so sure. I don't know. Just having my vacation or whatever you want to call it. Just trying to relax if I can. If that's at all possible for me. Yeah, I just playing a lot of Tarkov. Pretty much maxed out my hideout. I maxed everything out other than like scab junk box and stuff like that. I just have to wait for it to finish upgrading. Find like level 30. I'm just trying to do quests here and there. I got a rusty key yesterday, and I had to do combat to get the rusty key. So yeah, like I ran in and popped the key, and then I had to fight 2 dudes for the privilege to keep the key. And of course, my greed, I was just like, you know what, dude? Good, I'm just gonna sit on top of this van at the Kilmont Street Extract and just wait. And so eventually, like a scary man shows up, and he's like looting the apartments and killing scavs in the apartments. And I see him, and I'm getting worried that he's gonna see me, because he's like, you know, he's peeping out the window and stuff off and on. He's peeping out a little bit. Yeah, he keeps like peeping out the window, and so the only thing I can see on this man is like his Alton. I can see he's got the Alton on with the face shield, right? And you know, I got on the M855 56A1 or whatever. You know, I don't know penetration like that. You know, I know real world penetration. I don't know virtual world penetration. You know what I mean? It's expert in penetration. But yeah, so I shot him twice in the head, in the face, and he seemed real pissed off about it. Like, I hit him twice, and he kind of just like laid down where he was at, and I shot him twice, and I held the angle for a second, and I'm like, all right, dude, I'm leaving. Like, I'm leaving. I just shot a man with an Alton twice in the face. He's now in there pissed off. I have this rusty key. It's time to dip. So, yeah. And then another guy, like, I keep going to the mall. 1, to get the rusty key fights, and 2, to maybe find it or whatever. Yeah, so I keep trying to find it. Okay, I gotta go back to the pic. Got, like, it's stuck in a little bit too much there. Yeah, so I keep going for the rusty key. And some guy, like, I'm sitting down there, so there's, like, where the scav extract is on streets or whatever. There's, like, a big hole, and you can just see the whole front where someone would walk in. So I just start camping. I start camping that, right? Because I'm already here. So I'm like, well, I mean, I guess I'm just gonna hang out here. So I start camping that, and some guy walks up behind me, and I half thought he was a scav, right? But like, he walks up behind me, and so I just immediately turn around and start shooting. Like, I start blasting, like, up. He's above me, like 15 feet above me on the stairway. And the second he pops out, I just start shooting, and then he just starts talking to me. He's like, sir, I have a rusty key. I'd just like to take it for the task. And I'm like, all right, bro, just get the fuck out of here, son. Get out of here, get out of here, you know what I mean? Like, take your rusty key and go somewhere, you know what I mean? So I assume that I let him free. I also might have killed him, right? Because I was like, all right, bro, you do your thing. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna wait like 10 minutes now, and then I'm gonna leave. Because, you know, I don't want to, right? Whatever. And they're shooting at the mall, this and that. And then, some guy runs out, I don't know from where, you know, like maybe 6-7 minutes after. It might not even have been that long. Some guy runs out a little bit after that in a different spot of the mall. And obviously I shoot him. You know what I mean? I tapped him, took his things. I had to. I hope it wasn't the same guy, but I mean, bruh, like, if I gave you the free pass to leave and you know I'm camping the front of the mall, like, why would you exit the front of the mall 5 minutes after we had just had a conversation about how I was gonna wait here for like a little bit and then go? So we didn't have no problems, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm losing focus watching Broski up in front of me, and then I know I got homie behind me too. I don't know. Oh, dude. I've been extract camped a couple of times now. There was a guy, I killed a bunch of player scavs that were like thick. And then this guy was camping at the mall and he's holding a machine gun for it's the last 8 minutes of the raid and he's holding the fucking LMG and I'm looting a body and he just opens up on me with the fucking LMG. And so my dumb ass, I decide to re-peek it. After he whiffs with the LMG, he whiffs every shot with the LMG, and then he whiffs with his rifle or whatever he had. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna peek it. First time I peek it around the corner, like instantly head eyes. I'm like, come on, bro. Like that's how you gonna do me? After you miss every shot, you're gonna instantly head eyes me. Like, all right, fine. Yeah. So it was trouble. It was, yeah. But I got another rusted key, which is kind of nice. I may have killed a man who had a rusted key. You know, the only reason I didn't kill him in the first place is 'cause I let him talk to me, right? Like, I let him talk to me, and then I let him, you know, make me feel bad for him. So I let him go. Versus, like, before he was talking, I was just immediately like, nah, I'm shooting you. I'm taking what you had in your pocket. I probably don't even need it. Like, it's bad. My stash is like insano right now. I have no space for anything anymore. Like at all. I'm literally working with like not even enough space to put a pilgrim in anymore. So I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do, but my hoarding was turned into hoarding on what you call it? On Tarkov. Yeah. I don't know, it's the same thing that I do in real life where it's like I get nice things or new things and I'm like, alright, well just put it over there. Just put it over there and if you need it, you have it. Super bad. Thankfully, you know, I've been living out of like boxes and for years now, so I'm not gonna overload my space. It's probably already semi-overloaded, but I don't really intend to add anything else to it. I don't know, I was having such a hard time, man. I can't like form a concrete thought or whatever pretty much ever. It's just getting worse, especially I have like nothing going on. And at least I'm not going to work, so like I don't have, you know, that to complain about. I don't have like I went to hell today and I slipped on water and I nearly died, like type stories. So yeah. And I don't miss it at all. It doesn't bother me at all. I mean, the one thing that I will say is definitely 16 hours a day sitting in one spot. It's not great. Shit, it's not great for my muscles and everything else. But I don't know. I feel. I would say I feel fine. I'm sure I feel like worse overall as far as like physical health because I'm not doing anything. But mentally, I feel pretty good, man. I'm not putting myself through hell, so. I don't know, I'm just continuing to try and chill if I can. I don't know. I think I'll probably just keep doing this until like November and then just take the break like I said I was going to and come back at some point with like video editing, whatever else if I decide to come back, you know what I mean? And I could maybe try and focus on that super hard this weekend and drive myself up the wall, but I think that's the opposite of what I need to do. Because my whole problem is that I've just overloaded myself, and I just have too much to like think about, take care of, and keep track of, right? So gotta be careful. I'm getting real close. So I think the exact opposite thing that I need to do with my, you know, my voluntary layoff, time off thing that I took, is just chill. I think I need to chill. I don't need to like overload myself or try and do more stuff constantly. I need to like just, you know, relax and have fun. Yeah, damn it. I knew I was getting a little too close, but I thought maybe I could bring it back in. I was super close. I was like a frame off or something. Like maybe 2 frames. 2 frames off. 2 frames off. I don't know. I was trying to do a bunch of stuff, dude, like this morning. Like I was doing Fruit Circuit, and wouldn't you know it, my warm-up lap for Fruit Circuit, I hop in the car, haven't drifted or played a set of course in days, and I just drive down the mountain. Pretty much no problem. Like, I don't hit anything. I don't really spin. I drive down the mountain. I drive up the mountain. I get the low fuel warning. I'm like, oh, all right, well. And then I start trying to record, and I don't know. I can't think and drive, which sounds bad, but it's actually kind of true. It's kind of hard for me to think and drive, which is why texting and driving for me is like a being serious no. Like one of the few accidents I've almost ever had was because man was texting and driving. You know what I mean? And that once or twice, I can't remember if it was once or twice that I was like, oh, I can't do this. But definitely once or twice it happened. And then I had to, focus up. I just have such a hard time focusing. Like, I just can't. Like, that's too much. Ooh. Yeah, I just have like a hard time, staying on track, right? Like, I could be there for a second, but then I'm just immediately gone. Like, it's a lot easier for me to focus on because there's so much to try and focus on, right? Like, I'm trying to look at my angle on the screen. I'm trying to do all that. I'm trying to, like, feel with the wheel what I want to do. I'm trying to be prepared if I want to, like, clutch it, brake. Do I want to swap gears? Do I want to repeat brake? I don't know. It's a lot easier for me to be focused on something that I'm, like, doing, I guess, than it is to focus on my thoughts, which are usually just, like, screaming 500 different things. Like, I don't know. If anyone made it this far, like, you're a saint, and you should just comment, like, being saint, and I'd be like, holy shit, dude, what's wrong with you? But I think Wednesday, Thursday will be my, like, sober days, or whatever you want to call it, I guess. Like, I'll just take those off from smoking, even though I don't think it's gonna do too much. Because realistically, I think minimum I would have to do, like, I thought it was gonna hit them. I think I'd have to do, like, at least 2 weeks without, doing it to see any real effects. But I'll go 2 days and just see. I mean, I know I'm not going to feel better. I'm going to just start having, like, nightmares that I remember now. So that's ills, but I don't know. Maybe it'll help me to feel a little bit better. Maybe it'll help with the effects. I don't know. But why not, dude? I legit haven't been sober that I can remember in, like, 3 years. Like, I think it's been 3 years. It's like 2020-ish is, like, I think the last time I remember, like, it's whenever I was working at Goodwill, which is at least a year and a half, like, at least 2 years ago, if not more. I think it's more, but yeah. I don't know. I will make an attempt at it again. Everyone always said, or Andrew always used to say, my buddy, he always used to say, like, you'd feel better if you just made more money. Like, you wouldn't need to smoke all the time if you just made more money. Like, he always says like that, right? He's always just say things like that. And I don't know that he was completely wrong, but it just, bro, for me, like, to have the fucking nightmares all the time, to be even like, you might find it hard to believe, but me being on my medication actually makes me way more stable and calm. Like, at least 40%, 30 to 40%. You know what I mean? Like, I would have already quit my job. Okay. I would have already quit my job if I didn't smoke. There's no way I'd stay there. I don't know. It was a little too much. I was just going a little bit too fast. Alright. I think that's not bad. I think I'm just gonna leave it there. Like I said, I couldn't even come up with anything. I'm just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can't seem to fucking talk or think or do anything. I just become so anxious. I just don't feel like I have anything going on. I'm not making crazy forward progress in my life because life is fucking slow, and well, I don't know anyone who's gonna slap me into like a $25 an hour job, or anyone who's willing to land contract me a house. You know what I mean? Like, I can't really make any real progress moves on a day-to-day basis. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just a ex-hobo by himself. Like, it's kind of hard to make real, forward-thinking progress. Every day that I go to work and I bring home like $121 and I stack that into the pile and try and, make that 121 eventually hit 50 or something, you know what I mean? That's all I can really do. I mean, I wouldn't mind finding another job, like a second job, but again, it's like, if I've already stacked myself up so bad that like I'm barely able to maintain as it is, it's kind of hard to be like, yeah, dude, just get yourself like a night security job too. Yeah, I'm not focusing enough. Yeah, it's just like, get yourself like a night security job, dude, and like, you work that too. It's like, yeah, but I could barely keep myself together as it is. So. I don't know. And then other than like, I guess maybe the like talking to myself, and the talking to myself thing isn't like I'm not like talking to voices or some shit. I'm just like talking out loud because hobo things. Yeah. I don't know. I have nobody to talk to, so you have to speak to. Yeah. So, other than like talking to myself, or when I get pissed off, just like talking shit out loud or whatever. You wouldn't know that I'm fucking batshit crazy, right? You'd be like, oh, he's fine. He's totally fine. Seems fine. Looks fine. Not so fine, dude. Like, actually. Right. I want to hit it with... I want to hit one of these. I'm low in the car, and I'm pretty sure I'm low in the car because with the settings... I don't know if it's individual for each car. If it is, then it's just placebo effect, I guess. But I feel like it's low in this car because I changed it in a no-hezzy car. I don't know. This is how I wanted to start the video, but I just feel like I'm getting like a fishbowl effect with this. In first person, I don't know why. I am being around hardcore here, son, so... I can't tell who's behind me. I think it's that Silver Sylvia. It is. Oh, man. It's probably like, bro, what happened to this guy, man? Like, he was driving totally fine earlier. It's like, yeah, I was. But now you're behind me, so my nerves are twice as bad. I'm in the wall. Yeah. Okay. Call that a day. Upload that. And just play Tarkov all day. Keep working on Scav Rep, I guess. Unironically, Factory's super fun. You just load into Factory and you just like wait for one of your boys to be stupid and shoot you, or you just like shoot PMCs. Like, yeah, it's Factory's unironically a kind of, it's a vibe. It's kind of fun. Just scavving into Factory every like 12 minutes. Alright. Peace out. I hope you had a good weekend, dudes. You know what I mean? I hope you had fun. I hope you found something to make yourself smile for the day. I hope this, at least, when you laugh, cry, or just feel anger for like, why the fuck is he even doing this? You know what I mean? See you, dudes.